everybody, how's it going? I've been sitting here trying to record a rapid game. I've been getting phone calls, I've been getting children interruptions, I've been getting everything going, but this time I am going to get a game. We are going to publish this on YouTube. It's gonna work, and we're going up against MHN Chess 2012. All right, ignore any distractions in the background. You didn't hear any crashing, everything's fine. The Schrott's house is under full control, okay? This is called the Elephant Gambit. And I like this line with knight to f6. Ah, but yes. The last video I published was this exact line. And we discovered there was a little bit of a trap here. So I've never tried to play for this trap, but now I get to for the first time. So this is not the most common move. How did the trap work? The trap was if they played here. So if bishop here, what I assume I do is I play c6 and take back with a knight. And so we won't be getting the exact trap that I was farming for. Wow, he's seen this all before, I guess. I don't know, maybe this is not as rare as I would expect it to be. Opponent seems to know exactly what they're doing. So I might castle, but the other line is here, followed by castles, which probably works. Let's play this. Because I can imagine white getting into some trouble. Some line where there's some taking. Yeah. As long as we're castling, I think we'll be doing fine. Because there's always going to be some issues on the E file if they ever decide to take here. Because there's some takes, there's some rook here, there's some f5. Where's he going? Where are you going? I think the opponent might be having some issues. And that is great. Now, funny is taking, because then you got to take with a rook. And, you know, that is funny. I understand. I'm trying to put my bishop here. So I'm considering a5. I'm considering queen to b6. Queen to b6 allows takes. I take, they take back. And there's no immediate rook to e8. But there is bishop to a6. I am going to just play here, though. And this might be a good move for the opponent. But they decide not to do that. But my idea was to go here. So they want d6. Or d3, sorry. I forgot what color I was. But let's go for this. I guess we'll take. And I guess we'll put a rook here. Alternatively, I could take the knight and then put a rook here. But that seems unwise. But now they have time for knight to f3, which I expect to see, because otherwise, what's the idea? But then I still have here. So there's some issue on the d3 square. This is your extra pawn. But I actually am threatening to just quite simply take, because queen takes, there's this check. Whether there's a knight here or not doesn't actually matter. Knight to f3, I still can take this. So let's see what the opponent comes up with. And I think I still have a lot of pressure here. Because I can get another tempo by going here. Possibly. So I'd like to go here, but then there's this. So, I mean, it's a tricky situation. It still might be a good move. But then maybe I just have to go somewhere else. Oh, okay, I mean, it's a good square for a rook. And I can decide where I want to go now. Okay, he very quickly gets this guy out of the way. It's interesting. Okay. It's time for a good move, or a basic plan. I'll settle for a basic plan. But a good move would be preferred. If we can get one of those going. If we can somehow find one of those elusive good moves, we'd be in great shape here. It can be really tough to play good moves. Even just one good move sometimes can be so difficult. Do I get my pawn back if I take and I play queen here? I suspect that I do. Do I get my pawn back if I just go here? How does he actually defend against this? I'd prefer to keep my bishop if possible. So I'm attacking this pawn, and I now have 3 potential attackers on d3. So I'm probably threatening yet again to play bishop to d3, because here rook takes, I go here, and then I win this rook. And even if this knight comes here, I still should be able to take. Rook takes, give up this guy, and then win some material, win in exchange, and get this pawn back. So I don't think they're actually able to hold on to this. This, I do not believe, helps either. But I think I would need to take. And I don't know, it could get interesting, because after a bunch of trades, there could be some issue on the d-file, but it seems unlikely. But I maybe need to decide, I need to decide in every position whether it's important or not that I take this knight, essentially. But I think I should be able to win my pawn back. I'm curious what they will come up with. Knight e4 might be best. I don't see anything really better than just trying to win a pawn back. Like, I don't think there'll be any tactic like this, because you can always throw this in as a check. So if here, there's this check. So that doesn't really strike me as being good. But actually, wait a minute. So it's still possible. I take with a pawn. I'm attacking the knight. This pawn is hanging. Doesn't actually really lead anywhere promising. This pawn is going to fall. And then they're going to be on my bishop. And they're going to be on this bishop. Unless I take with my queen. And then here I would recapture with my rook. I don't know. It just doesn't feel great. Let me actually be serious about this line. I mean, maybe I have bishop to e4. I'm going to go for this line, which is a little bit more complicated. I am going to take with my pawn. How did you know to play that move so fast? Now I'm expecting that you will take here. I will then continue to every single move debate whether I need to toss this in or not. I'm going to stay down a pawn. And I guess at worst case, I just move my bishop somewhere random. Or I go all the way back. Which offers a rook trade, but no, it doesn't, because my bishop stays here. So I'm thinking worst case, I just move my bishop away. And if this knight ever comes here, then maybe I have this move. So it's kind of preventing the knight from coming to a useful square. And at some point, if I get my bishop here, then maybe I'm threatening queen to e5 at some moment. Because even if the knight comes out, I'm able to take it. Maybe at some point, you know, the knight goes to f1 instead. But that would be preferable. So I don't think I go here right away. I think I just move my bishop. I should be able to go here. Let's start with this one. We're just starting to aim our bishops at the opponent's king. Which maybe will give us some chance to play queen to e5. Because there's not going to be any knight to f3 with some taking and bringing the queen in. But it might force the knight to go back. If I could somehow use this g file, I'd be almost there. This also becomes a candidate move. I'm looking for the beauty prize. But if I go here, let me just figure out how they're going to stop me from taking this pawn. I feel like it's really awkward. If here I can play this. There's here. Maybe that is annoying. Knight g4. What do I do about knight g4? Knight g4 is kind of annoying. If I take and go here, you can always use rook. I mean, I'm going to start with this, but then after knight g4, maybe I need to play... No, I can't bring my king up. But I have to be careful. Oh, wow, they go all the way back. Alright. I don't want to allow the knight to come to g4. So I'm going to further restrict the position. And this bishop's annoying, because I would like to bring a rook in, but I can't do that so easily. If the rook just, like, comes up or something, I'm wondering if there's ever going to be any tactics. Don't really think so. Don't really think so. With a rook lurking on this, I'm seeing a lot of, like, almost tactics. See if we can find an actual real tactic. Another idea is to slowly try to come back this way. Having prevented this knight from successfully coming to these two squares, I maybe now turn my attention back to this, because the knight is kind of stuck there. Even if it's not ever, like, threatening a checkmate right away, I feel like this could be a major improvement. Or I could just try to bring a rook to the g-file, right? He doesn't have a light-squared bishop. I go to a light square. And I bring my rook here. Could also go to h1. I put my king somewhere, and I bring my rook to the g-file. I'm not going to have a long time to work out which one of these is best. That's a funny move. Because it weakens a lot of stuff. Takes away a square from a knight. And honestly... I mean, you'd have to, like, go in for this line. And I'm winning this bishop? I mean, moving away might also be strong, though. If I just move away, like, no matter what you do, I go here. I mean, I feel like this is also very strong. Like, you might want to just take my bishop now. While you have the chance. Because if you move your rook over somewhere else... I play queen to g3. Which maybe was very strong right away. But I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to make it even stronger. If the rook moves away, I'm going to go here. And the opponent's going to be very unhappy. But maybe there's f4. But then I'm winning this bishop, no matter what. F3 has to be a big mistake. What, you're not a Ben Feingold watcher? Didn't Ben Feingold warn you about never playing F3? Yeah, I think you have to do this. And now I'm on this bishop. I've won material, and I'm still on the prowl. So they find a way to save the bishop. This pawn might be hanging. Am I worried about that pawn? No. Because I have here. Which, I don't know. Even if you can survive that initially, it feels like I'm gonna be setting you up for something. Okay, you're letting me in? I go here. If you're forced to go back, I mean, this is just... It feels crushing. I'm gonna need to put a few more pieces of the puzzle together. But we got a good thing going. Is there anything stronger than this? Because he will probably play here. But that doesn't really threaten anything. I could put my rook... No, I can't put my rook there. Okay. So worst case, I just move my bishop far away. If I can't find anything good. Or not so far away. Interesting. So now I can attack the queen, and bring another rook in. This, I mean... This poor knight still can't move. My other rook is coming into the game. Okay, I protect my rook. One check. Big whoop. And I'm attacking this bishop, which should be impossible to defend. You can play here, but then I just move my rook. But then you go here, or I just simply take. Okay, you protect. It's a very interesting move. Do I have any way of getting this queen away from this bishop? What a good move. What a good move. Very good move. Is this checkmate? Probably not. Wait, it is checkmate. Queen to g3? Is this a real move? If takes I have here. You can't go here because of my bishop. Is this real life? Wait a minute. He's going to go here. But then I move my rook somewhere. Wait, what is happening? I don't know what's happening. Wait. Queen to g3. That's my move. If rook to f1. Rook to f1. Can I move my rook somewhere? Or will you be able to take the... You can't take it because then I go here. And that leads to a checkmate. So rook f1, I go here. Can you take this? Wait, did I... What? Am I... Oh! The bishop protects the knight! I'm so dumb! No! It's the knight! Oh no! Oh no! And if I take, just the rook comes. Oh, I blundered my queen. I threw it all away. There's rook here. And I'm going to take really fast and pray a lot. Oh, no. I threw this whole game away. It was just crushing this guy. Oh, my gosh. So we have to just kind of solidify. This knight now is actually an amazing piece. I don't want to have to put a pawn here in front of my bishop. I don't want to lose my rook. Ugh. Okay. We need to just kind of keep hold of everything. So this thing is defended twice. All right, this is a sticky situation. I should not be able to recover from this. I should just lose now. But I can protect this guy. Can I set up a fortress? Are those real? Do I even believe in fortresses? I do when I'm on this side of things. I blundered my queen. I'm gonna run my king on this side. Not entirely sure. Maybe I want this setup, but I need to do it without blundering material if possible. I have blundered material. All right. Not the best start to a fortress in the history of the game. I'm in the red bar, but so are they. Okay. Get ready for a little bit of a scramble. Okay. Hopefully they don't do well when it really gets down to business time here. Okay. This is where games are won and lost. Okay, get your king in as much as you want. Do whatever you want. I'm kind of stuck here. What's he setting up? I'm not sure what they're trying to set up, but I need to stop it. Did you make a threat? Oh, you threatened to check? Wait, I need to actually be really careful here. Obviously. You always need to be very careful. Look, this is a really strong move, right? Maybe it's not that strong. I don't know. Oh, I could always take it. I don't know why taking it wasn't the first thing I thought of. Oh. He doesn't see it. He didn't see it. Can I avoid it? I lose my rook. He could have checked and taken my rook. Let's go! All right, a lot of mistakes were made in this game. Many would say, okay, some people are saying so funny this has to go on YouTube. You guys can't see. Apparently the peanut gallery has been in the building. Shout out to Total Noob 69 in the comment section. Okay, noob. We'll toss this one on YouTube, but let's figure out what actually happened here, because this is a opening. This is the Elephant Gambit, okay, against e4 and knight f3. I play e5 and I play d5. They take with their pawn. And for the second game in a row, I have been facing with knight to c3. And I discovered after my last game that there is a little bit of a trap here. And the line goes bishop to d6. And if you check out what most people play in this position, it is bishop to c4. Now, if you play just what the computer wants you to play instead of the database, you'll play pawn to e4. And you will discover that 43% of the time, people will play knight to d4, you will castle, and then they will castle. 69% of the time, opponents will walk into this position, which allows a Greek gift. So I wanted to see in this game if my opponents would fall for this. But the idea now is that you're able to take this, you're able to bring your knight into g4, and this will end up being a winning position. Like, for example, if they bring this guy back, you're bringing your queen in, and it doesn't really matter what they do. Queen takes is the only way. Giving up the queen, allowing you to take back, is the only way to continue the game, because if you do try to run this way, there's a typical mate in 5. You go here, you go like this, you now deliver this check here, a little queen h1, you bring this in, and you're able to win the game. So that is the trap that I was kind of farming for. But instead of bishop to c4, in this game my opponent played bishop to b5. And then after c6, which is most common, I guess there's probably some alternatives. You could block instead. But I figured this would be kind of the most direct. Because after takes, I take back with my knight. It's like about +1, because, you know, I'm down 1 pawn at the moment. But my opponent instantly snapped this off, which is fine. But I'm just curious why they didn't consider like castling or other stuff. They didn't spend very much time on this at all. And then they played h3, which is also a little bit off the radar. I pushed this knight away with e4. I expected knight to g5, after which I thought I would be able to castle. And this is actually the computer line. Because if you are ever taking this, there's going to be some issues. Because I'm able to go here. Even if you defend this knight with something, there's always going to be pawn to f5. This was the kind of thing that I was hoping would happen. But instead, you know, they could play d3, they could get castled. But this would give me time to kind of fix my position. And this is actually about to equal. So this could have happened as well. But instead, after e4, my opponent went, here first. And after castles, I am crushing it. This is an amazing position. This is the dream. My opponent goes all the way back. And then I guess I did have kind of the right idea. I thought about a5 with the idea of putting my thing here. But I instead decided to play queen to b6, which is fine, but throws away quite a lot of the advantage. Knight to d5 is actually a very curious move, because it looks like it allows them to take here. But then you can take this, exploit the fact that the bishop is attacking this. Then you can play f5. If the knight ever moves away, there's rook to e8. Wow, I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on in this position. But I played queen to b6 because I had this idea of bishop to a6. The opponent did castle. Rook to e8 I thought about, but I played bishop to a6, forcing d3. And then probably I should just start centralizing my rooks. But I thought I would get this action going because I imagined that maybe there would be something here. But maybe there's not. I set up some threat of taking this. So they have to play rook to d1 to keep this defended. I attack this queen for lack of knowing what else to do. c5 is possible, but I kind of liked this idea. And then I later brought my queen over. And I thought this was worked out really well in the game. Because now I played this move. They need to at some point try to bring this knight in. If they go for this right away, could I not simply take here? I cannot. Because takes, let's say I took here, I went here, takes here. There must be some sort of horrible move. I'm in a self-pin. Some horrible stuff must be happening. Just g3. And I'm just in a self-pin. I've self-pinned myself, but I'm not dingler in, so it's not going to work out for me. Okay, good enough to know. But the opponent moved the knight. And there's another line where I was kind of debating between which way I should take. And I eventually settled for bishop takes d3. After this capture, I take back with my pawn. And I don't know. I feel like there should be something here. This involves me sacking a pawn back, Computer says it's equal. I didn't realize how much I needed h5 for just a moment. But knight to g4, which I spotted after playing this move. Or what, did I see it after this move? I don't think so. I didn't see it here, but it's the same idea. There's this idea that the knight can come to this square in order to win this queen back. And a knight landing on this square is just going to be horrendous for me. So amazing that this exists in this position. I noticed it here that maybe knight to g4 was an option trying to come in. But then I could have played h5, moved this guy somewhere, and I'm making some threats against this. But there's g4, g3, okay. But this actually would have worked out for me in this situation. So what really happened is now I played h5, and then f3, of course, can't possibly be right. Computer wants you to go here. Computer says, go ahead, grab that pawn. Maybe my opponent has had their fill. Also, just doubling the rooks maybe is another sensible idea. But f3 should lose. Bishop d3 is given. But now you basically have to take. And the other move I was considering was going here first. But this actually would have been a big mistake. Because now they can take this rook. And once I take this back, then my bishop would be hanging. So good thing I didn't go for that. And this does work. They have to take, because otherwise my queen is coming in. I could have played this hilarious move. Nice rook you got there. Bishop to b1, entombing the rook. That would have been hilarious. But instead we let it come in. But now the rook infiltrates the game. This guy just needs to move over somewhere. We're able to just keep taking. And now we're just close to winning. I can actually take here, which is super strong. I should have seen this, because then just simply this, followed by this move, is checkmate. So I should have been able to find that one. But I just brought all my rooks into the game. And then I played here! So obviously, I'm just like crushing this game. I should find another way. Queen g5, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Just putting the bishop somewhere so that, I don't know, my queen can come in. I don't know. A lot of moves were better than queen g3. And he took it. And then I went, oops. And then it was a struggle to set up this fortress. And it wasn't easy for the opponent to figure this all out. So, okay, just for total noob, I will put this on YouTube. And you can let me know if you want to see more games like this. Even the ones that have big, big mistakes. I'm sure you're not used to ever seeing me make any mistakes in a game of chess. But here, actually, there was a bunch of mates missed, I think. So wait, there was a bunch of mates missed. If I can find them. Maybe I don't want to find them. Maybe I'll leave it for you to find by leaving the analysis to the game in the description below. You go nuts in the comments. I'm sure we hung a bunch of rooks. I'm sure mate was there every single move. But if you did like it, please make sure that you subscribe and come back for the next chess video. I'll see you then.